Hello, world. We're live, and welcome to this January 2026 edition of the Laravel Worldwide Meetup. My name is Dan Sapels. I'm a developer at Vehicle, and along with my co-host, Margaret Tavares, we're thrilled to once again bring you an awesome community member from this Laravel community to share their experience and knowledge with us. Speaking of my co-host, Margaret, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good, Dan. Just a little disclaimer. I apologize for my voice. I fell victim to the flu over the holidays, but I'm feeling great. Got a great talk coming up for you guys today. But anyways, I'm feeling good. Thanks, Dan. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Yeah, it's hard to believe we're into 2026 here. Stranger Things has ended, but the Laravel year is just getting started. So I'm very much looking forward to today's talk and some stuff coming up in the community this year and the coming months. So like we said, before we get to today's talk, though, we've got a few community things to go over. So what do we got going on here, Margaret?
Thanks, Dan. Happy New Year to all. So some great resources to be aware of in the Laravel community. You can check out Laravel News, ran by Eric Barnes and his team. They have a weekly email newsletter. You can check them out at laravelnews.com. And they also have a great Laravel podcast ran by Jake Bennett and Michael Drinda, where they discuss all the Laravel happenings going on in the community. So be sure to check them out. We also have the Laravel podcast ran by Matt Stauffer. So for this season, Matt's been having a really great series, getting to know everyone on the Laravel team. So make sure to check them out at laravelpodcast.com. If you're somebody that's looking for some Laravel developers, Larajobs is a really great resource. So if you're looking to hire, looking to post a job, or for all your Laravel job needs, please check them out at larajobs.com. If you want to learn some Laravel, Laracast is another great resource. So big thank you to Jeffrey Way for running this great platform. If you're looking to build your Laravel skills and build a career in Laravel, check them out if you want to learn some Laravel. Also, the community section is a great page on the Laravel website. It's a great in-depth resource of all the meetups that are happening all over the world. So if you have an event or a meetup that's Laravel related, make sure to register your event and share it with the community at community.laravel.com. Laravel Stories is another great way to share your experience with Laravel. If you know someone that's been doing a really great job with Laravel, make sure to check them out and really share their story at laravel.com/stories. You can take a look at a video that Taylor has put together and you can answer some of the questions that he has. So please head over to laravel.com/stories and share your story with the community. We also want to thank our sponsor. So thank you so much for Vehicle for helping us relaunch this whole Laravel Worldwide Meetup. If you want to check them out, they have a really great team of developers. So if you have a Laravel problem, make sure to hit them up at vehicle.com or you can email them at go@vehicle.com. We also have a giveaway. So big thank you to JetBrains for being our sponsor that gives out one of two JetBrains IDE. So if you want PHP Storm or any of the great resources that they have, make sure to scan that QR code. We have our draw open until January 13th, and we'll announce the winner then. And as for our next section, before we introduce our speaker, we have a really great video that we want to share with everybody before we introduce him. So take a look at this.
How great is that, eh?
That's so awesome.
There we go. Like we said, yes. Actually, let's do this. Today's speaker is Vishal Rajpurohit. He's the founder of Laracopilot. He is also the organizer of Laracon India, coming up this January 31st and February 1st in Ahmedabad, India. And there's a good chance, if you were fortunate enough to be at a Laracon event globally last year, any one of the four, there's a good chance you ran into Vishal. You probably took a selfie with him. One of the most friendly and outgoing people in this community of very friendly and outgoing people. So we're really thrilled to have Vishal join us today and kind of share his experience with hosting Laracon India and the community. So without further ado, Vishal, how's it going, man?
Hi, Dan. Hi, Margaret. How are you guys doing?
Doing awesome. What a cool video your team put together for you. That's a great surprise. It's awesome.
I just want to be clear. It is not created by me. It is created by our friends in community. They wanted to play this video. I told them that please don't do it, but they said let's do it. So I was okay about it.
I think they did an excellent job capturing the essence of your energy that you bring to your interaction with people into
Small little tidbit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
awesome.
Self-expression.
Awesome. Well, Vishal, I know you've got a bit of a presentation for us here that you're going to kind of take us through. So we will put up your slides up on the stage here. Margaret and I are just going to kind of step backstage, and we'll let you take the floor, and then we'll have a little chat, a little Q&A afterwards. Does that sound good?
Yep, perfect.
We'll talk to you shortly. Take care.
And good luck.
All right, thank you. Finally, the first Laravel Worldwide Meetup. So my greetings to everybody. For some people, it's good evening. For some people, it's good morning. And for some people, it's good afternoon. So greetings from my side to all the people all around the world. So before I move forward, I would like to acknowledge the team or the crew behind Worldwide Meetup for making these things possible, for inviting me. And I would also like to vehicle for creating this space so that people like me can share their experience. Before we move forward, as we know that year 2026 has just begun, and I can see a lot of people has written a lot of comments. They have been sharing greetings and everything. So today's session, I want to make it more interactive, not like a one way of talk. So before I move forward, I would like everyone to share that what is it or what is something which they want to achieve in year 2026. Just write in comments in one word, and let's see how everybody thinks. So write in one word what exactly you want to achieve, or what do you feel the 2026 world will look like. So before that, like, I would like to ask an interesting question, that do you know that when did this Laravel Worldwide Meetup started? If anybody know, they can also write, like, maybe the year. What was it like? Before 2 years, before 3 years, before 4 years? Because I remember exactly the moment when the Laravel Worldwide Meetup got started. So maybe in comment you can write the year where you feel it was. Some people felt that it's 2023, 2022, but the correct answer is 2020. So July 14, 2020 is the day when the Laravel Worldwide Meetup got started. It started from Freck, and I would like to acknowledge Freck for creating this space along with the vehicle and entire crew for making sure that the momentum is on. Uh, I'm very much excited. A lot of things I want to share. I always say that full power 24 hours. So in this entire presentation, I would like to make it more interactive. Whatever you feel, you can share in comments, and we would like to have a lot of sharing as well. Now, important question: why? Why am I here today? What is the purpose? So I have been traveling, and I personally feel that community is something which people see differently than the what it is. So from my experience, I feel people has created a significance to the community. They have taken community for granted. They do not notice the real power of community, but they feel that it is just okay to be part of community. So in today's talk, I'll create the real power of community. And in this today's talk, I'm not going to talk about technology. There are already tech talks available here, or they are keep happening, but I would like to speak more specific on why Laravel keeps winning beyond the code, where exactly the power of community exists. And why me? Because I feel like I have been travel all over the world, as you can see in back, like I have the memories. I have been in not only in Laravel specific, but all other technology specific conference, met few people. I have heard the stories of people about the community. I've seen the magic. So I feel that in this year of AI, especially the era of AI, it's not just about being in community. It is not just about building product, but the distribution, or enabling people to use it effective is also important in coming future, where I feel that the community as a circle will create a bigger role. And that's what exactly impact I want to create into this presentation. Now moving forward, I would like to speak specific about framework. So think for a second, like many of the people have been working on all different kind of projects, right? Sometimes, like, for example, if you ask me, a lot of time I keep getting questions from our customers that why do you want to use Laravel is just a framework. So in common layman language, what is framework? So in very basic frameworks, what does it contain? It contains MVC, it contains design patterns, it contains unit testing, in contains database, or blah blah blah. So the world of customer, in external world, it's all about Laravel portraying as a framework. But what do you think? You as an individual, do you really think that Laravel is just a framework? Do you really think? Most of us did not choose Laravel because it's just a framework in an external world. We did not choose because it has just a syntax. We choose because it gave us confidence, it gave us faith, it gave us the momentum, and it gave us the clarity. That is the reason why we have chosen Laravel. There must be some reason why you also have chosen Laravel, right? So maybe again you can write in comment what is the purpose or what is the reason why you personally have chosen Laravel. Laravel did not just help us to write the code. Actually, Laravel, it helped us to grow. That is the reason why Laravel itself, I'll personally not say that it's just a framework, because Laravel entire, if you think of Laravel, it has tutorials, it has packages, it has documents, it has Laracast, it has meetups, it has conference, all of things together. It's not just a framework, it's an ecosystem. And that is why we say that Laravel is an ecosystem. And as you know, ecosystem don't grow by accident, they grow by design. And that is the reason why we say that ecosystem is the most powerful, essential behind Laravel. And for me and for many of us, that is the reason why Laravel is not a framework. As even as you know that there are a lot of other framework, or the framework are also in the world, like Symfony is there, Code Igniter is there, Cake PHP is there, Via is there, Typo 3 is there. All are great. I'm not saying they are not the great, but one of the reason why Laravel has been more popular is because of its ecosystem. And that is where we personally feel that ecosystem and framework, both the things are different. Now, I would like to speak more about three main forces or three most important elements, which are the strongest element behind any ecosystem. First element is people. So people, as you know, that people contains skills, they contains confidence, they contains leadership, they contain identity. People are the most essential part of it. That is the first force. It's more like three different pillars of the house. First is people. Second, we feel it's a community. Community is second essential part, where the belonging is there, where trust is there, where feedback is there, where opportunities are there. And the third and most important pillar is product. Without people, without community, you cannot build products. Of course you can build products, but the combination of them with as a third pillar, the product, it can contain like tools, packages, startups, and careers. So these all three together will create a momentum. So when all of these three things grow together, everything compounds. So look at the triangle. In a triangle, you need three lines. Without one line, it does not work. So in this, when one is missing, the growth feels painful. So I would like to give another example. Like let's think of a movie. So let's think of the movie as an Avenger. So in Avenger, or behind any movie, there are multiple parameters, right? So behind any movie, there are like parameters, like there are directors, there are actors, there are writers, there are producer, there are film crew, there is casting team, there is movie itself, the trailer, the villain. So many characters are there. So I would like you to think, I would like to you to write in comment, what do you think the people are? Do you think the people are directors, are actors, writers? What do you think the people are? What do you think the community is? And what do you think the product is? So think of a movie, think of a movie that, like, let's take an example, Avenger. So we are having a movie called an Avenger. In the movie Avenger, what do you think will be the people? What do you think will be the community? And what do you think will be the products? So let's see what you think. Write in comment and we'll see everyone's comment. I can already see in my screen that someone is like Marvel, someone is talking about Laravel plus AI. Yeah, someone is also talking about, yeah, a different thing. So as per my point of view, the people are the actors. The people are the real actors, because of which the movie is one of the part of it. So like for example, in Avengers, either they are Iron Man or Captain America or Thor or Hulk or Black Widow, anyone among them, but they are the real actors. Community is the film crew. The film crew, which contains a combination of like writer, director, casting together, is the film crew. Now when the actor and the film crew together creates, that will create the final movie. So these are the three strong ecosystem. These are the three components about which we're going to talk next. And in my next conversation, I'll also create that how the combination of three together will create an ecosystem. Now moving ahead, I would like to give some context about me. I'm not here just to give my resume, or I'm not here as a speaker. I'm just one of the practitioner. And my journey did not start at stage from the day one. I remember a lot of moments in my life, but especially the moment when I started my career was in 2003, when I started writing my first line of code. I remember the days Like many of you can relate to the days where I was like W3 school days, where we had document.getElement by ID. We were writing in core PHP, where we were creating different classes from different CSS files. So these are the times when I started my career. Even before that, I worked for Fox Pro, COBOL. These are also the programming languages, even VB.NET. And then I started working on all different languages. And then the moment Laravel came in, it changed things for me. So I have been like hardcore programmer. And then along the way, I build products, I build teams, I build community. And I mean, like, it's like an entire experience. A lot of time I feel that I even failed in all of three, even before I get success. But there were moments which actually left me behind. The moment when I questioned myself, the moment when I was also not confident, what should I do, what should not I do. And in the same time, the community came into the picture, and that did not only remove my doubts, but actually it made my doubts less expensive. So about me, like, as I mentioned, like early programming days, then I'm also founder. I believe in technology, and I also believe in community building. I like people. I like being surrounded by people. There are like, I'm also organizer of Laracon India, which I love the most. The one of the source of my energy comes from the community of Laracon India. I love the people, I love the vibes, and I also build some of the products along with my team, like Laracopilot, every crate, every ticket, so real, Wazir. These are the product which I loved building it, and I also mentor to several communities. One of the reason why I like people is because I want people to build more and more communities, and whenever I can contribute to myself, I can do it. And on top of that, I'm also co-founder of Vita Cloud, where we work with some multinational customers behind making their product success. Now, I would like to speak more specific about my experience with Laravel as a community. That has been amazing experience. I'll mention one of the experience when I started working, not for working, but my first experience with Laracon was in Laracon EU in 2017, when I was the only Indian, or maybe when I was the only Asian. So at that time, I was feeling so shy. Everyone else were like having all different groups. I was like feeling a bit not okay, or nervous, or shy. But then over the period of time, I learned, I experienced, and then I attended more than 14 plus Laracon events. I worked so much behind bringing Laracon to India, created so many presentations, so many emails to Taylor. And then one day I also got success on bringing Laracon to India. But in this entire journey, there are some of specific lessons which I learned, which also not only helped me to bring the community, but it also enhanced my skills. The one of like three core lessons which I felt that people comes before the platforms. I felt that trust comes before the traction. And I also felt that consistency before success. Because if you are consistent, success will come for sure. And on top of that, as a bonus from community, I got great friends. I learned fast. I also learned how to fail fast. I find great mentors. And I did not only grow my confidence, but I also grew my network. And I also made a lot of friends around that. So for me, it was like, as I've written in bottom areas, that I was there, and then Laravel, and the dream, and the journey, and the culture, and the work, the impact, the belief, and then it's me. So for me, it has always been surrounded in a circle of community. Now, year 2025, year 2025 has really been very special for me. In this year, I am one of the three only people in the world who attended all Laracons. For me, the experience was amazing, like my first time in Laracon AU. And apart from that, for me, even the 2025 was even more exciting, because in this year, I was as an organizer, I was also as a host, I was as a volunteer, I was also as a staff member, I was also as a sponsor promoting the product which I build, and on top of that, I was also as an attendee. So for me, this entire year has been all the different roles across all the Laracons. Maybe I feel that I am the only one in the world who has been attending all Laracons with all different roles. Even my experience of Laracon AU was attending it as an attendee. I was so excited doing the competition, taking selfies. Even during that time, I won the competition, but my goal was not to win the prize, it was giving back to the community. But that was also another experience for me, being a attendee as well. So that is the reason why 2025 has been so special for me, and all thanks to all Laracon community organizers for inviting me. Now on top of that, my specific contribution around Laravel. So it's not just about working for customers, but we also build a lot of contribution, a lot of packages as well. Overall, all of the packages and contributions we have done has been more than 10 plus million downloads. We have pretty good amount of Laravel teams. We keep building products not only for us but also for our customers, and also generating revenue for us and for our team. I am more like some of the clients and some of my friends say me that I am the advocate of Laravel, because whenever I get an opportunity, I fight with customers. I ask them that Laravel is the best. Even I do arguments. In recent time, before 1 month, we awarded with a project after like a lot of fight argument, and then finally one of our client got agreed to migrate their entire project from Symfony to Laravel, and that was the biggest project from Zurich, from one of the well-known IoT company in Switzerland. So these are the areas where I feel so great about being surrounded by Laravel. In some of the examples, we had generated 1 million plus US dollars on Black Friday sales for one of our customer projects. So we enjoy, like in one of the product, we have more than 1,000 plus Dockers or the containers running simultaneously in parallel. Some of the packages we have built have been in Laravel News as well, made with Laravel as well, because we believe not only to build for our customers, but we also believe in contribution in parallel. So that is specific about my contribution for Laravel. Now let's move in phase two. Phase two is more like heart of the talk. So in phase one, I created the context, I created the background of relatedness, I created that why the community, the people and product, these things exist. Give a little bit introduction about myself. Now in this phase two, I want to give you the real example or real essence behind the beauty of it. So most of the people think that product starts with an idea, right? You want to build a product. Everyone wants to build a product in this AI area, but you think that it starts with an idea. I personally think that in reality, it does not start with an idea. It starts with repetitive conversation. Example, in this video, in this live streaming, there are two kind of audience. One is what they are listening. They are not the actor. And second audience is also an active audience, which is interacting. I can see that there are so many people writing comments. Some people are talking about products, some people are talking about contribution, open sources, some people are talking about product as well, some people are talking about Laravel Boost. So they are engaging. This is what an engagement looks like. So products or communities don't create products, conversations do. Maybe you never know, in today some conversation also might give some product ideas as well. So if I want to explain clearly, like for example, there is some pain problem, does not matter the pain problem is from the same people, different mindset, different cities, different countries. If they are having the same pain problem, this problem facing will create the solutions, will create the product. Giving an example, COVID came in, right? During COVID, everything all started about startups, because community started having conversations. Now in time of AI, everything takes another role. So in AI, everyone is building AI based product, because the conversation surrounded by community want to build a product which has the same pain area for all the people. When you hear the same frustration again and again, same problem again and again, then it's not a noise, that is a signal. And this is the empowering context which I want you to understand, that it's not like a rocket science, or it's not like that you think of a product and then the product started coming in picture. Conferences, or especially in communities, they are not just about talks, they are also about compressed conversation. So this is the base. Why community don't create products, conversation does. Now in this one, this is really very interesting. I have been thinking that how I can create a community loop, how one thing can start and one thing can one thing can stop, and then again it can be an infinite loop. So I mean, like I keep creating. This is not like a prepared presentation. It's like correct on the way. So in community loop, there are different roles. So first role is about conversation. So conversation is the place where people speak honestly. This is where the first step begins. Now the second step begins with a pain point. The pain point is called the friction, which keeps on repeating. So there is a conversation, at the same time there is a pain. Does not matter from which country you are, which place you are. Then the third important part, which comes the trust. Now Trust comes when someone's believe in that, someone's believe, and then you'll act. And this does not happen with individual people. That happens in the listening of the people surrounded by community. Like if you feel that it's a pain, and if you have an idea, and if you go and talk to your friends who are not part of the community, like you are having a cup of tea and you tell them about the product, and then they might trust, but they'll say okay, yes, yes, yes. But if that trust is not part of the real community, then it's not a trust. In matter of communities, the trust plays the biggest and the most vital role. Lot of times in past, I decided not to build the product because I did not get the trust from the community. So when you have a conversation, then it's a pain, then you get the trust voice of the people, then it comes the product. So this is the entire combination where the product, the baby has been created, the solution has emerged. When the solution will emerge, it will go back to the circle, to the community, because the solution is presented to the external world. The external world will adopt it, they'll comment it, and they'll contribute it. Like look at the example of native PHP. If someone will think that native PHP, or maybe in PHP you can build a mobile app, you cannot build a mobile app. But through the community loop, entire community created, and then native PHP at this moment is really in a good height, and no one can even think that a PHP can build mobile apps. So that's another classic examples. So the conversations to pain, to trust, to product, community, and you'll repeat. So this entire cycle is the cycle of community loop, where the actual ecosystem will grow. Now this loop has a leg. This loop, even if you put efforts in today, maybe you will not be able to get the real value right now. It requires to have a patience. Most people quit because they quit during the leg because of lack of patience, and that's the exact pitfall. Cost of building right platform also comes as a part of ecosystem, when you need to have a time to do the right thing at the right time with right patience. And that is the reason why the strong ecosystems are rare, and that is also one of the reasons why the Laravel has been one of the strongest ecosystem, because lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people create their products as a part of the community loop itself. Now let's take an example. You make a choice that you don't want to be part of community loop, right? Then you will become more like a solo entrepreneur. So there is also a difference between solo entrepreneur, like solo builder, and as a part of ecosystem. So the pros of solo builder, like you will move fast, while in community loop you will move little slow. But as a solo entrepreneur, if you move fast, then maybe you also might burn out so fast. But as a part of community, you last longer. As a solo entrepreneur, you'll build in isolation, but as a community ecosystem, you'll multiply impact, because you are not only the one, you have all the people around to that. So what an ecosystem reality is, it's not about solo success, it's a network of collaboration. An ecosystem is a living network. It's not a solo journey, it's every part which impacts the whole. Look at the example of Taylor. Like a lot of Laravel products, like the shipping product, infrastructure product, a lot of products ideas came through the entire community loop. Like keep getting ideas, keep finding problems, and then the community got started converting into the results. So let me give you the live example that how the community loop can convert into real life. So this is more like a theoretical. I'll give you an example that in practical from my own experience, how it got created. So from community pain to product. So in my example, like we have a lot of projects, right? So a lot of time, if I needed to create the POC, if I wanted to create a pre-sales document, if I wanted to create a fast CRUD admin panel, along with the front end, along with the back end. So we were using like Lovable, and Lovable, even at one extent we were happy, but we were not having the problem proper solutions, because we also needed a backend and we also wanted to have it in Laravel. So the moment when POC is approved, then we can build things on top of that. So this was something, a real business problem we had. And then we thought that, is it my pain or it can be the everyone's pain? So we thought that, should I accept it and build the product, or should I listen to pain? So this was the pain area which we had. And then we thought to take an experiment and do the trial and error, because the trust as a part of community loop is important. And then during Laracon India, a team launched one testing, or like a trial and error, where we did not have any landing pages, we did not even have any pitching deck. We just created or presented the same problem statement to community, and surprisingly we got 500 plus developers wait list where everyone said that yes, if something like this can be built, especially with the Laravel ecosystem, that will solve the purpose. And that is the reason where we felt that it can create an impact, because we got the trust from the community. Now, it's not about the number is big or number is small, but we found that the pain exists. And this is the reason where we felt that, okay, let's build product on top of it. And then we launched in Laracon US. In Laracon US, we launched the beta version, and within one day, we got more than 400 plus apps which was created. And this was more like a passionate project for us. And that is where we felt the real power of community. Now we are building more things on top of it. But that's where we personally feel that a conversation as a part of community loop can make some difference. So here is like 1 minute sneak peek where I would like to show you. Right. Thank you for watching. This was just an idea, a brief, what the product is all about. I don't want to go in depth about the product, because today's my intention is not to show the product. I just want to give a sneak peek that a community through the loop can also build things. So as a Laracopilot, we have pretty good statistics. We are keep building the things, but we have 2,500 plus total users, where 3,000 plus projects got created. And some of the projects are really funny. Some of the people created games. Some of the people created entire CRM system. Some of them also created in their native language entire e-commerce platform. So a lot of interesting projects got created. Maybe you can scan the QR and you can see some of the projects created through the community on all different regions. But again, it's not about product which I want to talk about. I just want to talk about how the loop can create an impact. Now, you have seen that how as an ecosystem, how the loop work, and how the product idea from pain to community can get created. Now, in the in phase three specifically, I want to talk about your mindset. I want to give an example where you can change your mindset. You can think of yourself that where do you exist? What do you think can be the best? What do you think is the real power? So the most important power, like the community is there, the product is there, but one of the most important power is behind people. The most scalable thing I personally have built is not just the software, it is the people. Because the people, the real value exists. Software scales output, but people scale meaning. This is the literally the classic example. A lot of people in community started with small, started silently. Like one of the speaker was a part of a small meetup silently, then he became the speaker last year, Pushpak, and now he's the core member of Laravel as a community. Like people, there are a lot of influencers like Punyapal as an example, is a great leader to Laravel community. His consistency and performance all over the Twitter has made some difference. People like Shruti, who has been on international stage, still being part of Humble, making some difference silently, is also another example. So there are so many examples, but I would like to speak about one specific example of one of my close friend Nuno, that how a community can transform an individual human being. In my one of the Laracon, or in first Laracon, I was sitting with Nuno. He was just an attendee. We both shared pretty good amount of movement as an attendee. Like in the tram in Amsterdam, we were keep talking. He was talking about his ideas. He was talking about passion. And now today you see what Nuno is all about. Nuno is one of the most influenced OGs in entire Laravel community. But that happened because he was part of community. He was part of the loop, and he built things by having the collaboration with everybody all together. And not only him, along with him, you can also be one of among them, or you can be also one among them. Because I feel that the value of the value of people, which does not come on the comment or on specific thing which you do. The value of the people, apart from doing just a comment or writing a message or writing a tweet, comes behind the contribution. Like one confident Laravel developer can help five others. One organizer can create multiple dozens of organizers. One speaker can inspire hundreds. One mentor can change a lot of people's career. For me specific, one of the takeaway for me was sacrifice your time without any expectations, and a lot of leaders are being built out of this. Like I have a lot of examples of the people because I've been with them, but at this moment I don't want to give so many examples because we have a lot of surprises coming in the next slides. But I would like to share one thing, that how the community can change your thinking, how you can bring leader out of it, how you can face your failures, is all about the people surrounded by community. That reminds me that during creating this presentation, I was going through the backslash of creating Laravel. Having Laracon India, and in first Laracon India, we thought to have a team of all volunteers, all the people who made first Laracon India success along with me. So these are the real unsung heroes. I am not able to speak all the names, but they are the people who really put their time behind the success of first Laracon India. Then after that, a lot of things got changed. A lot of people came. Like at this moment, there are so many volunteers, so many city meetups, so many city leaders. But these are the people in front of screen whom I would like to thank behind their contribution, behind the success of first Laracon India. Now I would like to acknowledge three pillars of Laracon India. My three brothers, three friends, best friends, you say it, I name it. Abbas, who is one of the strongest pillar, Ruchit, my like naughty smart brother, and Mitul, the man with numbers. These are the three strongest pillars behind the entire organization, or behind the entire success of Laracon India, along with me. And together we make things happen because we also believe in community. And not only with three of them, four of us, we also have a lot of people who always have been helping to make sure that we grow as a community. Now there are some of the some of the pictures which are close to my heart. While we did a lot of meetups, like before we had Laracon India, like as in Ahmedabad, we had 18 straight meetups without any breaks. Each meetup was having more than 50 people. I still remember Ruchit and I, we were coming early in the morning. We were arranging the tea, coffee. Even in this picture, what you see is like all the stickers we got created because we wanted to create the hype. In one of the meetup, we had more than 150 plus attendees. And then this entire momentum for several years created momentum in international community, where we became one of the fourth country in the world which could host Laracon India. And I would like to thank every single person who were part of this, because you are the people who make things possible, and because of you, the community runs. And this is how the entire ecosystem is being built. Now, we'll move to the last and final phase 4, where I want to change your mindset, where you can think as an entrepreneurship mindset, where you can think from a community builder mindset, and when you can see the real growth. So before I would like to give you some key takeaways, I would like to talk specific about Laracon India. Laracon India is finally happening, fourth time in the world. It is not happening just for the fourth time, but this time we got the most valuable speakers among any Laracon. The founder himself, I personally put this image within the slide because when it was the first day and the Taylor wrote a tweet that no other conference can beat the energy of Laracon India. He's coming back. He wants to meet the same energy, all the attendees, everyone in the same city where it was for the first time. In this Laracon, we also have Laravel News as a partner. We're gonna have a lot of videos for all the attendees. We're gonna have a lot of sharing. You will also be on Laravel News as well, in some of the reels as well. We have some games. I still remember the fun and excitement last year was there with everybody. So the same games will be there. We have this year we have got the maximum international sponsors. We also have a lot of goodies from Laravel as well. We're gonna acknowledge all the people who are part of all Laracons before. We also have several people who can be part of a specific VIP, who can have an exclusive dinner with the speakers and limited few other benefits as well. All of different things will happen this Laracon India, and I would really request everyone just to be part of it. We have volunteers, we have all people who will help. For this Laracon India, we have straight 20% off. I would like to thank Laravel Worldwide Meetup for making this possible for all the attendees. They are offering 20% off discount for 30 visitors for next 24 hours. Whomsoever will book a ticket with the promo code WW-MEETUP will get 20% off on top of the price of early bird. Make sure you get it. Don't lose it. Don't lose the momentum. The conference is close. That's going to be one of the most important and the most fun conference for everybody. Now, before I move to the next slides, I would like to share like for next just 5 minutes, and then we'll have chit chat. I would like to give some of the key learnings or some of the key lessons to everybody, specifically about the world of knowledge domain. As I mentioned before, that community is always taken for granted. A lot of people do not feel the real value of community. So in life, there is an area which is what you know. You know that you know. And there is another area that you know that you don't know. You know that you have this knowledge and you know that you don't have this knowledge. But there is a pitfall. It's the area which is called the gray area, or we call it a blind spot, that you don't know that you don't know. And that is the exact blind spot a lot of people have never observed or never acknowledged by having the real power of community. That is the reason why we always appreciate, acknowledge, and motivate everyone to be surrounded by community, to keep sharing their ideas, because that is the place where, especially in the era of AI, you can build your career. And for that, the most important thing which I would like to mention, the world does not need more observers. Consistency is the ultimate superpower. Nothing big starts big, it starts with a small step. People feel that Laracon India has been great, has been fourth, has been so energetic, but there were consistency, there were discipline, because of which Laracon India happened, because of the community of Laracon India happened. Every great community started with one person who didn't wait for the permission. I can give you the example of the founder of Laravel itself. Now, Laracon India specifically, as I mentioned, it did not started with a stage. It began with one conversation and one commitment of Laracon EU. When I say Taylor, and I gave him my word that one day I want to bring Laracon to India, and then with me, entire Indian community made that possible. So, as I mentioned, this is the picture of all the Laravel worldwide, all organizers, and these are the real people. These are the heroes behind the success of entire Laravel community. Now, $1 million question to you. If not you, then who? Think of yourself. You can also write in mention in comment that what exactly you want to be, what exactly you think the community is all about. Think of yourself. Ask question to yourself that if you are not one among them, then who is? Do you want to be one among them? Do you want to be the person who wish to be the change in the world? Do you want to be that person? If yes, then starts from right now, because this is the moment. Don't wait for it. Be part of the community, be part of the ecosystem. This ecosystem has created miracles, and this is the reason why Laravel and Laravel as a community has been one of the most strongest and most famous community of the world. With this note, I would like to end up my slide. If you are building any of this, I'm happy to help. I'm not here for sales or not here for inviting for a pitch. But if you want to build a community led SaaS, if you want to turn developer ideas into products, if you want to scale teams, if you want to scale, if you want even clarity as a founder, if you want to share anything, I'm always available. My link is there. You can create an invitation for 30 minutes. We can have a chit chat about it. I'm also available on Vishal.life on all social media, where you can just open the site and you can connect with me. On top of that, during Laracon India, if you have an idea, if you want to build a product, if you need a community support, talk to me, send me an email. I'll make sure that I'll speak of those things during Laracon India, because for me, the contribution is exactly what I want to give back to community, because community has given a lot to me. It's my responsibility to give back to community. At last, thank you. Everything you have seen today starts from small. Laravel itself started as someone solving their own problem, and from that problem, entire ecosystem has been created. I did not build Laracon India alone. The Laravel community made everything possible. With this smile, I would like to thank everybody who has been part of this meetup. Thank you very much, whomsoever attended from all different time zones. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting Laracon India. I would like to have each of you being part of Laracon India. I give you my word that you'll not regret. See you guys in Laracon India, January 31st, February 1st. Don't miss to book the tickets. See you in live. Thank you very much. Bye. Hasta vista. Ciao. Prague.
What a presenter. What a salesperson. That was
Love
fantastic.
it. The energy. So amazing. Thanks so much, Vishal. That was awesome.
Thanks, Vishal.
I tried to be quiet.
That was awesome.
Because for me, my energy flows too fast. So I thought that if I do with my scale of energy, then I'll be able to finish presentation in 15 minutes. So I thought, let me go slow by slow.
Yeah, no, I thought it was amazing. You got everyone all fired up for Laracon India. Very much reminded me when Kaneko joined us a couple of years ago and he was talking about Laracon EU. Such a great community. Really, I think it looks so much fun. So thanks for kind of, I don't know. I'm excited to dive into it and ask a lot of things about it. So very cool.
All right. First question from me, Vishal, is just about sort of the origin. You kind of touched on it there, how, you kind of did it. And you were telling me this at when I saw you at Laracon Australia, that you kind of made a pitch to Taylor, and you I think one of the Laracons in the US, you got some of his time and kind of made a presentation.
Yep.
I think for me, if I was taking on the prospect of bringing a conference and a big event to a place that hasn't had that event before, one of the biggest question marks in the back of my mind would be like, is everyone, are enough people going to show up, right? If I put this thing together, are people going to show up? Was there something for you, an event or something that triggered that and made you think, man, this could definitely happen. We should definitely, look at doing this. Was there kind of like a motivator or something there that happened for you?
Yeah, I mean, like the journey of Laracon India has always been interesting. My close friend Lalit, who built the pioneer, like he did the first meetup in Delhi, and then I met him. I was also one of the attendee in the first meetup, and then second we were not able to get the success, and then I met a few of the friends, and then we thought that let's do something, and then we decided that we need to be consistent, we need to be patient, and we should, there is a term called attachment versus commitment. So if we attached to have Laracon India, then we'll forget the commitment, because when you get attached with things, you become emotional and you crave for it, but you don't work for it. But we were committed for it. So in that span, we decided to do all the monthly meetup. We collected all the leaders on all different cities. At the end of each month, we had all city leaders who created the numbers spreadsheet. Out of that, I was creating an entire PPT slide over the period of like 3 months, 6 months, sending this to Taylor. Okay, this is the progress. This is the progress. I personally was present in 18 months, constant, all the meetups, working not only for as an MC, but working for the food, the water, the managing all the people. In one of the event, we were expecting 60, 70 people. We had more than 150 plus attendees. So this way, we got the message from community. And then I sent an email to Taylor while I was in Laracon, New York, that I need only 10 minutes of yours. And he gave me specific time slot on second day. Within 10 minutes, I had only 10 minutes of my life to share with him what is the world of Laracon India is all about. And I still remember, I think there is something which is here as well. I think, yeah, this one. I was given this on the first day from one of the volunteer, and I was keep talking like Taylor for 10 minutes. I was preparing for myself, and then I was just natural, shared the presentation, and this is how it happened. So
you gave a practice pitch to the Taylor bobblehead?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So
I didn't know that part.
It really goes to show like how much you can, I don't know, the opportunities that are there, you seized it. So that's so awesome to see where it's grown from. So that's very cool to share. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
it's a journey. Yeah.
I had a question about like maybe your advice for like one of the best ways or a good way to help grow a community. And I think you kind of answered it there, and you touched on it a couple times, the idea of consistency, right? And I think that can be applied to a lot of things in life. Just being consistent can get you a long way, right? And I think, yeah, in being consistent and setting up those meetups regularly, that helps grow the community, right? Because if the meetup's not happening consistently, shout out to any meetup organizers across the world. It's a thankless job, but if the meetup's not happening consistently, the community is probably not going to grow as steady as well, right? So consistency seemed to really help you there as well, right?
I can give you an example of Abbas Ali. So Abbas Ali is also one of the meetup. He's the co-organizer of Laracon India, and during entire COVID, he did all the meetups. He's one among the only in the world. He has been doing meetup every single month. Does not matter whether there is a 1%, 5%, or 10%. But for him, consistency was the key, because when you are consistent, maybe one day you get success, because that is the way, or that is the key of performance. So that's the only mantra I had in my mind. And then finally we had first Laracon, also crazy stories how actually it happened. So because a lot of people see the good side of it, right? You also see like the side where you feel that everything is gone. So these are also kind of experiences I had.
Yeah, for sure. Any questions on your side there, Margaret? Anything in the chat? I saw there's lots of comments. Oh, here's one.
Yeah.
This is maybe about the Indian development community in general. Is there a meetup in Delhi? Do you happen to know that?
Yeah, I think on Laracon India website there is already a list of all the meetups which happens in all across the city. So in that the Laravel Delhi meetup details are also there. So in that you can just go over there, and then you can also meet with the organizers. It's happening. It was happening regularly, but sometimes it happens in frequency of months. So maybe we'll help to connect with one of the organizers.
Awesome. So yeah, so there's questions about meetups within India. Check out the Laracon India website and check it out to get your tickets right to the event, January 31st and February 1st.
And thank you for offering discounts on behalf of Laravel Worldwide Meetup as well.
Awesome. Well, yeah, we hope how are the ticket sales going, and how's the event shaping up in terms of attendees?
Yeah, ticket sales is pretty good. It is same as in the Passion of it happens each of the year. Laracon first was a record breaking because we had 1,300 plus attendees. And then we decided that managing this many attendees is really not that easy. So every year we decide, like in last 2 Laracons, we had to stop before 10 days of ticket sales. Right now, everything is in good shape. A lot of people want to buy the ticket, but there is also a bulk discount. So if you want to buy more than 20 plus tickets, then there are offers. So for that, as a volunteers, we are helping them to get the better discounts. And through that, I think everything is done. I think we covered almost 75%. Ticket sales is already done. We have just like the last leg of 10 to 15%, which I think would be done easily.
That's awesome. And you've been kind of going back to the point where you're one of the only 3 people that have gone to every single Laracon. It's so interesting to hear, like, since you've been to every single one, and I even saw, can I go get in the chat, like what happens at Laracon India is like only happens at Laracon India. What kind of things and differences have you seen in the communities? And I even saw someone ask a question like, Vishal, how can you teach us how to be so energetic? And I feel like you really bring that to the Laracon India community too. I guess what kind of differences have you seen from all the different Laracons that you've been to and the communities you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, like for me, when I'm emceeing on stage, I get the vibes from the audience, and the community in India has been so positive. They are so welcoming, and also in Laracon India, we have different events at the same time. So sometimes we do the competition, sometimes I do crazy things. So for example, if during the break I feel that the 5 minutes are remaining, then I just take the mic, I go in between audience, and I ask any questions to anybody. So that way, a lot of people through Laracon India, I can say they break. I mean, like they have been more confident. They have been more public speaking. They break the barrier for them. A lot of people started talking to other people. So for me, my source of energy has always been surrounded through people. And when I see people not smiling, I don't like it. So I tried to do whatever I can just to make them smile, make them feel energy. So even after lunch, if I don't feel that the energy is not there, I don't start. I ask them to play some energetic music. I ask them to just say wow or do the maxing on waves, wake up everybody, and then we start the session. So it goes with the flow without any expectations. And That's something which I feel I love the most, like being organic, always unprepared, just go with the flow and let things happen.
For sure. I feel like you and I very much share that similarity where we really like feed off the room of energy. And it's very obvious how the chat has been today. It's been so great to see how active everyone's been, how everyone's excited for Laracon India. So seems like it'll be a really great event. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. But there is one thing. I think I was talking with Dane, like I was there in Australia, that people see only the great side of it. People see only the good side of it. But there is another side, like behind success of Laracon India, there are hundreds of hours of work. There are a lot of dedication of all the people surrounding, from managing the logistics. Indian ecosystem is so different. So I give you the live example. Maybe I also want audience to understand from this that what happens when you think that you'll fail. There was a moment in first Laracon. Just imagine 1,300 plus people waiting for Laracon to happen. I was the one who has to be the first in the morning to set up and make sure everything is perfect. On Friday night, 3 a.m., I went from venue to have some sleep because I had to wake up in the morning. Now, 3 a.m., I slept. I get a call 4 a.m. in the morning, exact after 60 minutes. I get a call from event organizers, sir, there is an emergency, you have to come. And I was like, what emergency? You take help of other volunteers. I need to get some rest. They said, no, it has to be you only. Then the moment I just wake up, whatever the thing I was wearing, like the shorts, whatever, I just had my slippers, went away. The moment I was walking from the room to the venue, it was like freezing cold, and I didn't even realize that I don't have even any sweaters. I was freezing cold, and the moment I went there, I've seen that one of the lift, because the venue was on fourth floor, and there was a big lift which takes all the material upstairs. So the bearing of that lift got broken down. So lift is not operational anymore. And for that, all the material, all the sponsors banner, because they were like 20 feet by 10 feet. Can you imagine the width? That is not possible. 4 a.m. in the morning. And then the organizer said that you cannot start the event on time. I'm sorry, sir. And that was the moment in my life. 4 in the morning, I felt that what will I do 9 in the morning when 1,300 plus people, including Taylor Otwell, is coming. So that moment, I accepted it. I mean, like, I did not react to it. I asked other volunteers, other friends. We started talking with sponsors. We made sure that they are happy. We made other arrangements. We made some calls. We made sure that we start event on time. So in this example, the only thing which I personally learned, that it's not about failure, it's not about scarcity. Just be open for it. The consequences will keep coming in life. Even in area, in the span of AI, everyone is scared, but you don't have to be scared. You have to accept it and find the ways out of it. So this is one of the incident or example I feel that taught me the best lesson in my life. I still remember my heartbeats.
My goodness. And thanks so much for sharing that too. People don't, I guess, if you've never done an event like that before, how do you know? And to me, I've always seen failure as success, right? Like if I fail at something, I know what to do next time. And I feel like that's such a great attitude to have where, hey, 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe it's not the best time, but hey, next time, some things are also out of your control, right? But I feel like you were there, you're there for the environment, you're the community and everything. So you found a way to get through it. And so thanks for sharing that story. I think it was sad that it happened, but also awesome that it happened at the same time too.
Yep. Thank you.
Couple of community questions here. Actually, it's like maybe someone looking to purchase a ticket. How to claim discount is the question here. I think you shared a QR code there. Vishal, do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, QR code is there, but on top of that, there is a coupon code. So the coupon code is WW-MEETUP. So maybe someone can write in the chat. It is WW-MEETUP is the code which you have to use on the checkout page. Yeah.
Awesome.
There it is.
We'll have a lot of these details in the description box below as well. I know that we run this live, and so we usually recap a lot of the comments and common questions that people have. You can find that in the description below too.
Yep. So this is the code which you have to use, or maybe you can scan, you can book it right now and be part of first 30 visitors.
All right, I'll leave that up for a moment. Then another very nice Q&A question here. If someone was interested in joining as a volunteer, is that something that someone could do?
Yeah, it is possible. Most probably, we keep the volunteers who has been part of each city leaders, or the volunteers who has been done city level meetups. But yes, near the event, we will be open for it. If someone wants to volunteer, we can still check if there is room. So you can just go on the laracon.in website, and we have an email address, contact@laracon.in. You just send your details along with why you want to do volunteering, and then we can pick you. That's not a problem.
Perfect. Awesome. I'm sure you would appreciate the help. It's a big undertaking, especially with that many people attending. There's a quick question here from Pushback. Vishal, can you coach us on how to be energetic 24/7? What's the secret, Vishal?
This is more like $1 million question for me, because even on that day of failure, when I slept at 6, I wake up by 8 and 9. I was on stage making sure that everything is done successful, including the dance in the after party and being on MC on second day. But for me, on a serious note, I do not expect things from life. For me, my happiness lies with people. So for example, I always want my friends to get success, because if they'll success, I'll get success. So for me, one of the reason why I feel being more energetic is because I take things simple. I don't add significance in life. I don't make meanings out of it, and I just go with the flow. If I like somebody, I just say that I like you. If I love you, that means I love you. For me, it's not like A, B, or C. It is the way it is. So maybe I'm simple, I'm easy. So that in my brain makes things easy for me. Like the moment I wake up in the morning, my brain is always empty, because I don't carry the baggage of what happened yesterday. So that way, I always feel happy, and I love people, I love community. So for me, everything surrounded by people is all. So that
Awesome.
particular,
Just be genuine. It sounds like is sort of a theme
yeah.
here.
Yeah. Random question, because you mentioned it before, and then we're gonna go into the fun questions, I guess. But do you have a pump up song? Like, I know you like to put pump up music on to like get the energy, but do you have your own?
Or genre of
I
music? Yeah.
Yeah, I like hard techno, hard style. Not only me, but Jeroen, who is an organizer of Laracon, we both share the same kind of music. And I was in one of the festival with him. It was hard style festival, Decibel Outdoor, where out of 100K people, I was the only Indian. So my kind of music is like a full hype, like. So that kind of music I like the most.
Awesome.
Community wise, maybe there's somebody out there that wanted to put together like a Laracon India hype, like Spotify playlist or something like that. So
Yeah,
consider
that's
it.
all.
Consider it.
But only when you'll also come to India.
Actually, connected to that, we do have a question. Very nice question. Will both co-hosts, I'm assuming this is talking about Margaret and myself, be joining Laracon India? We were talking about this before the stream. Unfortunately, I can't attend this year, but you know what? I'll go ahead and commit on stream here. I definitely want to get to a Laracon India, so maybe next year I'm gonna jot it down, pencil it in on the calendar. I would love to get there and experience the culture and the event for sure.
I echo
Nation
that
wants to
same.
know.
Pardon me?
Nation wants to know. Seeing is believing, and that's why maybe Peter Paul also wants you to join the Laracon India.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Another question would be, I'm not sure what the Q&A session in Laracon. I guess because we're at the I think a couple of the recent Laracon events that I've been at, there's been sort of a panel Q&A. Is there gonna be something like that at Laracon India?
Yeah, we already uploaded a schedule, but after the end of each talk, we have a Q&A session we do by Twitter. So when the speaker will come on stage, we write a tweet on official laracon.in account, and everyone can write their question, and then I generally pick one among them question, and the question which I pick will also get the prize of it as a token of appreciation. So during the event, you cannot, I mean, like, it's not about asking question answers, but also at the end of the talk, we recommend speaker to be at one corner at the event, so they go in that corner. That also I highlight during the end of each talk. There you can meet the speaker and have more conversation. So it's all sorted. They also want so many questions. That surprises me that in one of the talk last year, in the talk of Lucas, we had more than 150 plus questions being asked on the tweet, and in total at the end of the conference we had more than 1500 plus questions posted on Twitter.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Well, if it's anything like the chat here on YouTube, I'm not surprised. Very active chat. A lot of people have stuff to say, and it's awesome. Yeah. All right.
So,
Yeah. Just looking in that chat, see if there's any more questions.
yeah, there's a
What are topics that should be discussed in this Laracon? I think probably to that effect. Are all the speakers currently been announced and they're all listed on the website? Is that right, Vishal?
Yeah, all the speakers are listed. We want to cater all the talks, like talks about AI, about the packages, about the new product. Taylor himself will also update about what's happening in the world of Laravel. We also have a panel discussion. So all the talks are announced. The schedule is already there on the website. We have already published. So we always want to make sure that different type of talks which contains different topic exists. So that is the
Awesome.
most interesting thing which we do.
Great. Cool. I had a couple more questions on my side. Do you have any more on your side, Margaret?
Yeah. Oh, there's a couple more in the chat here. I know one thing I think it would be cool for the audience, because I know before the chat we were talking about all the crazy cool stuff that you got in your room, Vishal. I know you were mentioning how you, at every Laracon, you collect things too. What kind of things you got on your shelf of it? There's so many cool things here.
This is the
Here we go.
collection of my life.
Here we go.
So here you go. So all different things, like from the universities, statue, one of the favorite castle in Milan, New York. So every single place which I go, I bring the memories. So for example, this is the dragon which was created from the volcanic stone from the area Sicily. So it's like the collection. Yeah, this is also like the room. So the place I go, I bring stuff, and that reminds me that what a tiny place in the world you occupy. Don't think too much. World is so huge. There are so many worries in the world. Just think straight and move forward.
For sure. No, that's awesome. I think
feel
just
like
all your Laracon badges, all that stuff too. Like just to have all those
they're
amazing.
over there. Yep.
I feel like if you keep traveling like you did last year, you're gonna have to get a lot more shelves in that room for sure.
Yeah, I also have some on this side as well.
Goes on and on.
I've traveled around 30, 35 plus countries, and I want to travel more because travel makes one modest to realize that what a tiny place you occupy in the world. That's where you meet the culture.
All right, another community question here, and maybe you've touched on some of this, but what has been the biggest challenge in organizing Laracon India so far?
Well, so many challenges are there, but the community has always been supportive. But yeah, I can say the managing the food at the same time, like 1 hour, everyone has to come, and the food in India is kind of different compared to other conference. So last year I tried to have an experiment like Japanese, Lebanese, Thai, the Indian, even the Italian. But I realized that serving so many varieties of food during the same time does not work. So I think one of the challenges we have to manage the logistics. Also, every year the biggest challenge which I feel as the only organizer compared to other is the venue is not having the ready setup. So for the LEDs, for the sound, for the booth, for the sponsor, everything we have to customize and do the same thing again and again as per the new venue. So we don't have any ready-made venue for more than 1,000 people, which comes with everything all together. So logistics has been one of the challenge, but as long as we have the vibe of audience attendees, we love to do it. We have a great team of volunteers who make things possible.
Always thinking about the community. Always.
Connected to that, is it hot or cold in India? What's the weather like? What should people expect if they're attending weather-wise? How should they dress?
Yeah, the temperature is around 15, 16, 20, 22. So it's warmer.
That's Celsius, right?
Celsius.
Yeah, Celsius.
For our American friends, I'm sorry, you have to do a little conversion there.
Math.
Yeah. So warm weather, it's a good weather. And that is the reason actually we decided to swap. So Laracon EU is planned to be in March because in January, Amsterdam is too cold. January, February. So Laracon India was generally in March. So we shifted it into the better weather. So we are doing in January, and the EU will be in March. So taking care of both the weathers, we swept the Laracons.
Another great community question here. I'm attending Laracon for the first time. This goes beyond just Laracon India. How to make the most of it? What are your thoughts there, Vishal? What would you suggest?
Just be yourself. Be open for it. Don't feel shy. Ask any questions to anybody, anytime. Don't worry. Laravel and Laracon is the biggest community and the most friendly and the most happiest community in the world. Don't worry, if you find it boring, come to me. I'll bring you on stage.
But I think, yeah, going with the flow, like what you were saying, is going to be the best kind of outcome.
Question I had. Sorry, go ahead.
That is the exact thing which I keep repeating with lot of people ask me, what is the source of your energy? You are so lucky, you have done everything. But I always tell them that don't feel shy, open for world, communicate, be part of the loop. Even you'll not believe, there was one of the attendee during Laracon EU. He felt so shy to talk about the product. The conversation we had was in the after party at midnight. And then I told him that you have such a great idea, why don't you share it? And he felt that I feel little shy, I feel that people will like it or not like it. And that is exactly the barrier which I want everybody to break it. Be part of the community, be part of the loop, keep sharing. Sharing is caring. That's what you have to do.
Put yourself out there. That's really great advice. Question here: why Ahmedabad?
Yeah. So we had an option. We wanted to do it in Goa as well. We did a poll, we did a survey, and then we realized that Ahmedabad has the maximum attendees, or we wanted to make sure that the west part of India has the majority of community. We wanted to do it in Goa, but when I personally look at the logistics, the venue, the pricing, everything was going above the budget. So is the reason we had to pick a choice which is within the budget, and especially since the Taylor and entire Laravel team as a crew is coming, so they wanted to keep the place where the maximum attendees or maximum part of the community in India can come. And that was the reason why collectively, not only by me or by my team, collectively together as a Laravel, we decided that let's do it in Ahmedabad.
Right. And then this one, I don't know how much you can answer here because it wouldn't be surprises, but what are the surprises that we'll have at Laracon 2026 in India?
Yeah, like
anything you can share?
Yeah, I mean, like surprises, like we have a lot of good things in goodies, especially things from Laravel as well, from Laracon side as well. Also in Connect game, we're gonna have a MacBook. Also, there are a few sponsors. Like we have this time the maximum international sponsors. I mean, like almost 80% sponsors are international. So you can play games, you can win awards, maybe MacBook, iPhones. There are a lot of goodies which we want to distribute. And on top of that, the biggest surprise we want to share is what is happening in the world of Laravel, especially in year 2026, because this is the first Laracon happening in the year. So a Taylor's talk, 1 hour of talk is one of the surprising element. And on top of that, we planned an interesting panel discussion. So that is also going to be quite fun. So like this time, like as I mentioned, the best speakers are coming. So you'll expect good surprises.
Yeah, especially if there's a Taylor Otwell presentation, there's a good chance there's going to be some new interesting thing announced or revealed. So yeah, check that out.
And I'll bring some surprises runtime, so don't worry.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll leave them as surprises as they should be.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, another question that kind of relates to this too. So how is Laracon good for, or how Laracon is good for making professional connections? So just like all the speakers are going to be there and showing up at these after parties, I feel like it's a great opportunity to talk to them. I guess, what's your kind of opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people build their career out of it. So for example, let's take an example of Pushpak. Of course, he's one of the strongest and one of the finest developer, but for him becoming part of the meetup through community, he also became the Laracon speaker, and today he's an employee of Laravel. So it's not about maybe not specific to professional connection, but the visibility of yourself in front of the community. On top of that, you can also connect with a lot of the other developers or a lot of the company founders who are looking for good talent, or at the same time a lot of engineers at your scale who are also having the same problem like the way you have. So in overall, if you want to build an ecosystem as part of your loop, if you want to grow, then I think only conference is one of the reason.
And I know a lot of people are so friendly and very easy to come up and talk to. We're all there for the same reason. We want to learn, we want to share and have great experience. And like you said, sharing is caring. So I think it's super awesome that
visibility, I think visibility is the most important thing which I feel each Laracon brings.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, great opportunity to get some professional connections there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Anything else in the chat there for questions, Margaret?
I know there's a lot. I guess
There's a lot.
more a question for you, Vishal. From everything that you've kind of experienced so far, what would be like a great piece of advice to give people if they're looking for joining an ecosystem, kind of pushing themselves outside of what they normally are used to? I guess what could you give as part of advice to someone who's looking for that?
I think one piece of advice which I would like to give to everybody, because especially being mentor to many events, also I always, because people keep asking me what is the source of your energy, and the only answer or only piece of advice is stop creating significance to yourself and to your surroundings, because when you create significance to anything, you make the meaning of it. When you make the meaning of it, you become judgmental. When you become judgmental, you think that whether this is good or bad, whether this is right or wrong. So creating meanings will always complicate your life. Start having meanings, but do not have the significance which can take over your body, take over your brain. So be open for the world, accept the failures, fail fast, learn from it, and just go with the flow. Let your brain be empty so that it can give you space for creativity.
That's so awesome. Thanks, Vishal. I think those are all the questions that I have. Dan, do you have any other questions on your end?
I just had a couple kind of high level and maybe funny questions, but Vishal, you're big obviously in AI and Laracopilots in that vein. Even from 2023, the first year that you held Laracon India, AI has advanced a lot in the tooling and stuff like that. How do you see or have you seen AI influencing either how you organize or host a Laracon event or a conference in general? Any thoughts there?
Yeah, I'm of a strong opinion because as an entrepreneur, I have also experienced the shift in AI. So, as an organizer or as a community point of view, I have a bold statement to everybody who is listening to this talk that don't get scared of AI, make it your friend. AI will never replace you. But if you live without AI, then it might make things complicated for you. So that is exactly something which I would like to share with everybody. Second, in terms of enterprise or in terms of business, I feel that year 2026 will be the big shift for everybody. And that is the reason why I want everyone to stay connected with community, because community will give you the real pain areas. And when you understand the real pain areas, you can build the careers out of it. So year 2026, as per my prediction, is gonna be acceptance of AI. Everyone will become AI powered engineer. I personally have seen the difference. Today itself in my organization, there was a presentation where 5 team members practically proved 5x work in their project in world of reality in last 15 days, and they are not able to sleep because they are so excited, and at the same time they feel that even such things are possible because they created their own agents who are creating tasks, who are creating tickets on top of it, and they are building skills on top of it. So they are not scared of it. They understood that they have to accept the AI, but they have to build skills to understand the industry problem, to understand the features, to create the more feature ready approach. Don't wait for tickets. Start thinking like the creator. That is what I feel that gonna be the future of enterprises. There are a lot of opportunities. I personally feel it is an excited time for the enterprise and for everybody. That is what I feel about AI.
Yeah, we obviously none of us know for sure where things are going to go, but I think that's a great way to look at it, and how I'm trying to certainly phrase my thinking about it. It's like it's not, at least not right now. It's not a tool that's going to come in and take my job, but it's actually a tool that I can. It's going to come and help me. It's like a jetpack I can strap on my back, and I can reach great heights with it, right? And then like exploring how we can most effectively do that. And on that topic, a little plug for our show. If you're interested in all that stuff, the Laravel Worldwide Meetup event at the end of this month, we have Laravel team member Ashley Hindle joining us to talk about Laravel Boost. So anyone working with Laravel and wanting to get more proficient with AI, be sure to check out that stream for sure. But yeah, I definitely think that the year of acceptance, like that's a good way of putting it.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. All right, one last question, kind of a funny one. You talked about the Avengers being community members. What Avenger would you like to be, Vishal? What Avenger do you picture yourself as?
Well, I like the Iron Man, so I would like to be an Iron Man because I just felt it.
Is an admin an adventure? An adventure?
Sorry?
Is an admin an Avenger? Like, what Avenger character are you? I was
Yeah.
asking
Iron
you.
Man.
Are you Iron Man?
Yep, I feel
Yeah.
I would like to be Iron Man.
I think so. I
All
think
the
that's a good one.
powers. Adventure using AI. I can see it.
Maybe I can be Hulk as well, but I don't feel any.
Yeah, you're not angry enough to be Hulk. I agree.
No, I don't think so.
Ant-Man an Avenger? The
Well,
Ant-Man?
I
Ant-Man.
think so. There's a lot of them, but I think Ant-Man is one of them. Yes.
Yeah.
It's in that universe.
So many. Captain America. Yeah.
Captain
How
India.
about you, Dan? What Avenger you think you would be?
Me? That's a great question. I don't know. Iron Man. I've always liked the Iron Man. So that's maybe an easy answer. I don't know. I have to think about that a little bit. Margaret?
How about Margaret?
Yeah.
Oh, I really got into the Avengers because I was playing Marvel Rivals a lot. Was the Winter Soldier. Anyway, there's a bunch there, but yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about that a little bit more too. I can't say one, but I think they're great.
We'll come back with that.
I have a question for both of you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this Laravel Worldwide Meetup? What difference you personally have experienced in people compared to when you started? I think in 2022 or 23. I think I don't remember the exact year.
24. Yeah, we're heading for our
24, yeah.
third
What
year.
difference you've seen in community by contributing to this?
I mean, the Laravel team has certainly grown a lot, and so the ecosystem and stuff that's been huge. I mean, the community for me hasn't changed. I feel like I've personally been an awesome opportunity to connect more with the community and meet more people within the community, right? So for sure, I don't know that I've seen the community change, just to continue to grow, which is great. But also for me, like a self-serving, it's been an awesome opportunity to connect with people in the community more.
Oh, very much.
What about you, Margaret? Yeah.
Yeah, I echo a lot of things you say too, Dan. For me, I feel like just the growth and just even just pushing myself out there to kind of interact with more in the community and not be like how you were mentioning someone before, Vishal, where somebody kind of felt shy and didn't really want to continue pushing themselves to get out there and talk to other people. That has been a huge, huge growth for me, just kind of getting more involved in the community, learning about all the cool things that people have been building and have that platform to be able to share that with other people in the community. I feel like that's been such a huge, helpful, insightful thing that I've been able to see and help be a part of. I think that's super awesome that I could help contribute to that.
I feel at one point of time you feel that the Laravel community is your family because you know the people since ages, since many years, in and out of it. So that is also another power of community, that you don't only meet your mentors or your heroes, you also make good friends out of it.
Definitely. Yeah. My first Laracon was 9 years ago when I first heard about the Laravel community. And so I thought since 9 years ago too, it's been crazy. So it's been really awesome to be a part of.
Definitely have that feeling going into Laracon events of like it's like a family reunion. You're getting together with those cousins that you really like to hang out with and get into mischief with. But yeah, for sure. The community feels like family, which is awesome. All right, Vishal, I'd like to thank you once again for joining us and sharing your energy, sharing your knowledge, and for bringing the community Laracon India. Any closing thoughts? Anything you want to share with the community before we sign off today?
No, I will for me, thank you for giving me this opportunity. It felt so great to have an interaction with you. Also share the world of community, because I am of a strong opinion that everyone has to grow, especially in the era of AI. And people feel shy, they feel skeptical because they always take community for granted. I wanted to motivate everybody that it's the right time, is the right place, and it's the right momentum. Laravel is growing, so are we. So let's grow together. We must ship. So with this note, I would like to thank everybody.
Awesome.
Thanks so much, Vishal.
Thank you very much, Vishal, once again for joining us.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Have a great day, Vishal. We're just going to send you backstage. We just got a couple community things to take care of before we sign off. So thanks again. All right, Margaret. I mean, that was awesome. Lots of engagement in the chat, lots of energy from Vishal. So yeah, thank you once again. So before we sign off, we've just got a couple community things to take care of. What do we got, Margaret?
Thanks, Dan. So yeah, just like how we mentioned earlier, we have an exciting meetup at the end of the month, so January 27th. You can join us for Ashley Hindle talking about Laravel Boost, which again, if you're into AI, you want to learn more about Laravel, it's a great meetup to come and listen from the Laravel team and hear what they got going on when it comes to Laravel Boost. So please join us for that. More details will be posted on our socials. So check that out. And then as for our giveaway, make sure to scan that QR code. We're going to be running this draw until January 13th. So if you scan that QR code, you'll be brought to a Google form, and we will announce the winner via email. So you will receive an email if you have won our contest. And to stay connected, please follow us on X at Laravel WW-MEETUP, where we'll post any future updates to any meetups that we got going on, scheduling, or a great place to reach us as well. So if you're interested in a talk or curious about some things that you want us to kind of showcase on the meetup, please feel free to contact us through X. And you can also follow us on Blue Sky as well at Laravel WW-MEETUP. Again, same thing, great platform to be able to kind of reach us and figure out what's going on. Please give us a follow if you'd like. And then as for any future meetups, please take a look at meetup.laravel.com. You can sign up for our email notifications as well. So take a look at meetup.laravel.com to stay up to date with what we got going on. And again, thank you for watching us and catching us live on YouTube. Please follow the Laravel channel. They have a lot of great content, not just the Laravel Worldwide Meetup, a lot of great videos that are going up every single day. And stay tuned with what's going on in the community. Make sure to hit subscribe and you'll be up to date with all the cool things that are going on in the Laravel ecosystem. Awesome. And yeah, thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. Great start to the new year. And we'll see people at the end of the month.
Yeah. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.
Take care.